Okay, as much as I really don't want to do this, I think today I may have to wear my elbow sleeves. My right elbow is fucking. It's hurting me pretty good. I don't know if I slept on it wrong or what, but when I woke up this morning, my arm was like I had it like curled in and like all bent up. So I don't know if I just like slept in a weird position all night, but yeah, it's kind of tender. So I don't know what I might do if I can get away with this. I might just wear my sleeve on my right arm, the elbow that's bothering me, and kind of see if that compression, uh, if it can kind of help just get me through this bench session. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. I don't know though. So yeah, today's supposed to be chest and triceps, but with my elbow feeling like this, honestly, I think it might be the best move for me to just not even do triceps today. If I can get away with doing like 3 good sets here on incline bench, and then the rest of it just do a bunch of flies, so there's not a lot of, not a lot of torque and pressure put on my elbow. I think that might be what I have to do today. Kind of sucks, but it I'm not old by any sense, but I'm definitely not 18 anymore. So this is just kind of what happens when you start to put the mileage on your body and really, I mean, it's just like putting a bunch of mileage on a car. You have to put a little more care into it before you just fucking, just do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like in here, I've been training for almost 14 years, and that's just a lot. And a lot of those years, at one point, I was going 7 days a week for like 2 years straight, or almost. I mean, that's a lot of miles, man. That is a lot of mileage put on your joints and your body. And I don't care how safe you are in here. After a while, it's just you start to have these little ticky tack injuries, and that's just what I'm dealing with right now. So I'll be honest. I thank God I had some ibuprofen and Tylenol in my bag. I took some, so who knows? Maybe it'll start kicking in, and I can take this elbow sleeve off. But all right, let me try a couple reps with this weight with this sleeve on, and just kind of see what I think after that. Because honestly, right now, I don't know how this is gonna go. It's hard to say. It is just hard to say right now. I don't know what to do. I kind of just want to throw another 10 on each side, like I did last week, and just try one set and see what happens. If it turns out not to be very good, my elbow starts hurting too much, uh, I can adjust. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let me throw a 10 on each side. Let's do this first set. So I did my 15 minutes of cardio, like always, before I started weight training. I find a lot of times it's a good warm up. I know most people do cardio after they weight train, which, in terms of like what's best for burning fat, that's probably a better option. But I treat my cardio, riding the bike, kind of like a warm up too. It really, I don't know, I just like the way it kind of gets my whole body sweating, my heart rate up. Um, yeah, and then I come over here and warm up with the movement, and by the time I do my first set, I'm usually pretty good to go. So I don't know, that's mainly why I do my cardio before I weight train. Also because when I'm done weight training, I've said this before, but I'm ready to just leave. When I'm done weight training, I'm ready to pose, get my shit together, and then get the fuck out of here, get another meal in. So that's really the main 2 reasons why I do cardio. First thing, it's just ensures that I actually do it, because the temptation to just leave the gym when you're done with your weight training, I mean, for most people, it's pretty high. and I can attest that, you know, I struggle with that same thing. Anyways, let me find, I don't know, a somewhat decent song here, and then hopefully my elbow will let me get a good set in. We'll see. Ah, fuck. You gotta be kidding me. Man, I fucking sandbagged that shit. That's frustrating. I had 11 there. Why I tend to rest at the top like that? Well, actually, I think it's good if you're trying to get an extra rep or two, but I tend to rest too long. Damn. I'm so aggravated because I'm pretty sure that would have been a PR. I think that would have, again, I'll have to go back and count because I'm always fucking wrong, but I believe that would have been 11, which I've been getting so mixed up with my PRs. I've been miscounting so much, and I'm kind of even unsure about this, but I think that's a PR. On incline would be 11 with this weight, but I think I did 10. Kind of fucked it up. Wow. You know what? I was so like I was trying to get myself in the zone so much. I forgot to even put my elbow sleeve on. Good thing is it didn't really. I mean, it's aching. Don't get me wrong, but it feels a lot better. I don't know if that's the Tylenol kicking in, the adrenaline, maybe both, but I'll take it. It'll get me through this bench session for sure. Well, I didn't hit that PR. That's frustrating. It's only frustrating because I'm pretty sure I had it, but I was sandbagging that shit. Got too cocky, took too much time between that 10th and 11th attempt, and well, as you can see, it didn't happen. Fuck. Well, all I can do now is just try to get a couple more good sets here. So, one down, do a couple more, maybe a drop set. Well, not even maybe, almost a guarantee there'll be a drop set here. That sucked. I my buddy before he left, he was hitting chest too. He wanted to hop in here and do a quick set with some lighter weight just to get a good burn before he left. And I guess his arms a little bit longer than mine because I laid back and I went to push this up, almost couldn't get it off the rack. That kind of That kind of just made the whole set feel off. I feel like that was not one of my better sets. I do 8, 10, 8. Honestly, I feel like this third set, I should get 8, maybe even 9, because this set just wasn't like I had to really stretch to get this unracked. So when I finally got it unracked, my lats were all like everything was just out of position, and it just kind of fucked the whole thing up. It's crazy what just little things like that can do, and how it can affect your set. Okay, I gotta change the song here. So yeah, let's just do one more nice little drop set, and we'll move on to something else. I think that was 8. All right, let's do this drop set. Ooh, that was good. Now you don't have to put your feet up like that. I mean, if you guys can even see, but I do. I like to do that on my drop sets. I mean, you're dropping weight, so you can kind of afford, not to really need leg drive to help lift it. Obviously, when you're going heavier, leg drive and just having your feet planted firmly on the ground is a good thing. Like I said, when you're using weight that's pretty light for you, and it's different for everybody, whatever's light for you. Um, I like to put my feet up here, take that leg drive out, and really just focus that much more on my chest. I mean, if you think about it, you take that leg drive out of it, your chest is working that much harder. So, that's a good thing. But yeah, let's move on. Some kind of chest fly. I might try to throw in triceps after one more chest exercise, 3 or 4 sets of that, and then try to throw in triceps. Maybe we'll see. I'm thinking like if I do nothing crazy heavy or an awkward position, something I can go moderate weight, not light, but not heavy, and just try to get like 4 good sets, just to get a little bit of a tricep stimulus. I don't like to completely ignore a muscle group like that unless I'm like legitimately really, really hurt. And this isn't really bad, but it's definitely bothering me. It's tender. Yeah, I can feel it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Guess I need to make sure I start checking the benches before I get myself all kind of psyched up and ready to do the set. I don't really think I need to say anything here. I've been doing this for what, 5 weeks straight. Straightforward, man. Just sit here, do a chest fly. I'm gonna go slightly down, hit the lower chest a little bit, but mainly this is a mid chest movement. So, up. you know, Past couple weeks that I've done this, you guys know I'm a big proponent of the stretch. And a lot of that is based off of just years of training, one, but also reading and hearing what other professionals say. And so many of them nowadays make a big emphasis of the stretch. And I definitely agree with that. But you also got to make sure, like, I feel like for a while I was so focused on getting that good stretch and just really worried about that portion more than anything by far, that I kind of lost sight of actually focusing on the contraction too. So like when I'd be doing pec deck or something, I'd get that really deep stretch, and then I just kind of not swing it up. I was still flexing, but I feel like I was selling myself short a little bit on the contraction part. And the past couple of weeks, I've really been focusing not only on the stretch, like always, but also when I start to flex it and contract it up, really squeezing and driving through my chest. And like the stimulus that it's giving me is night and day different. It is way better than what I've been feeling. And it's always felt good, but it's even better if you can believe that. So that just goes to show, man, mind muscle connection is a real thing. And if you're selling yourself short on that aspect of it, you might be leaving some gains left on the table. And in my book, that's never a good thing. So, and right now I'm just admitting I was guilty of that. So, first thing to solving any problem is acknowledging that you had one. And I mean, I wouldn't even say it was a problem, but it was just something I was kind of, I guess the right way to say it is I was kind of being careless. You know what I mean? I was just not contracting as hard as I could. But anyways, I think I've kind of nipped that in the bud. So, but yeah, let's do the second set. All right. I think one more followed by a drop set. We'll be good here. Oh. All right. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna attempt to do a little bit of triceps. It'll all just be based off how the first one feels. If it starts hurting, it just feels like it's gonna do more harm than good, I'll scrap it. We'll just do chest today, but let's stay right here, turn around, do quick. I'll try to do 4 sets if I can. I'll probably just grab the rope, force me to go a little lighter, and we'll try like 4 sets. I tried like one rep with the rope, and again, like using the rope does force me to go a little bit lighter, but even still, like immediately, I felt it in my elbow. But strangely enough, I tried a couple unilaterally with this handle right here, and it does feel better. I feel like I can actually get 3 or 4 good sets if I try it like this. So, I mean, let's just fucking try it. It kind of sucks because this week I was trying to, or I was gonna try to get my bicep and tricep training back up to like at least 6 sets, and do that for as long as I feel it was necessary or as long as it felt good. So Tuesday I did back and biceps, and then my biceps I brought that up to 5 sets, and I think with the drop set, so I mean call it 6, whatever. Um, but now trying to do triceps today, I think that's going to be a little limited. So kind of throwing some things off that I was planning on doing, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So you got to adjust accordingly, or you're just almost asking to make the injury worse. So I'll try 1 set. I'm gonna start with the elbow that's bothering me, so that'll kind of tell me if I should even, attempt more. So we'll try one. Hopefully it goes good. I felt good. I mean, if my right elbow is feeling better, I could actually probably go quite a bit heavier. But I got to keep in mind, it's actually not even hard to keep in mind because it's hurting right now. But I do have to kind of watch how heavy I go here. But I think I can go a little heavier. So let's go up one more. We'll try that. That's still light. I could probably go up one more notch and still, you know what? Let's just try it. My right elbow was, I wouldn't say it started to feel better, but it like almost get a little loosened up. So I don't know. I went up one notch heavier. It should bring me around like somewhere between 15 and 20 reps, hopefully. Um, and if it feels good, I'll probably do two more sets. We'll make a 4 even sets here of triceps, and that might be all we do with triceps. I think that's all I can handle today. They need to get some. They clearly need to get some rest and recovery. The best thing I can do after this workout is probably go home, ice it, rest, ice it some more, and just hopefully by next Monday when I hit chest again, that's when I really will use my triceps. Hopefully it feels better. So yeah. Okay, I hope I don't end up regretting this, but we're gonna do one more. My elbow, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of not feeling great. I'm just gonna say that it is not feeling great. But I found if I go slow and really just, you know, I mean, like you always should, go slow and really focus on what you're doing. It it's manageable. So I don't want to fucking be a pussy here, sell myself short. If I can do something, so I've done 3 sets. I think one more. Honestly, my triceps are pretty lit up, so I think one more. Yeah, like I said, we'll probably be done with triceps. We'll move on to chest after this. Okay. Triceps are done. Fucking done, dude. Like I said, let's do some chest next. I gotta say, like I've always, well, I wouldn't say I've been against doing unilateral tricep work, but I feel like for me personally, I got the best bang for my buck with triceps doing it bilaterally, going pretty heavy on a lot of my tricep press downs and skull crushers and whatnot. But doing 4 sets of unilateral. First couple sets were on the lighter side. The last two were closer. I think if my elbow was feeling better, I could have went just a little heavier, but they were pretty close to what my working weight would be. And doing those 4 sets like that, my triceps are torched in a good way. I mean, my elbow still bothers me a little bit, but it's like overall, my triceps are feeling pretty lit up. So I may have been underestimating or just overlooking unilateral tricep work. That might be something. And then another good thing is doing it unilaterally like that, you don't have to go as heavy. So it kind of saves your joints a little bit, you know? Um, so that might be something like I'll probably still do like one on the heavier side compound movement for triceps, like I said, a skull crusher, whether it be dumbbells or Smith machine, whatever. Then I might be able to start throwing in some unilateral tricep work because I'll be honest, I think I was overlooking it. I really was, and this just goes to show you shouldn't. And that was kind of like a preconceived idea or notion in my head that unilateral tricep. And I don't know why I do unilateral bicep stuff all the time. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things where, for whatever reason, I was against it, or I just didn't want to do it like that. If that makes sense, for my triceps specifically. And I can't really explain why. I just didn't want to though. But I think I was overlooking it. I think I was. That might be something that can I can still get a lot of good tricep work in and get them to grow, get stronger. But then have my elbow get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't have to go as heavy doing it one arm at a time like that. So it was nice, nice little change. Sometimes just changing shit up like that, just doing something a little different, can make a world of difference. And I've said that before, but I like to kind of harp on that because it's true, man. It's very true. But yeah, we're just gonna do this. This will probably be the last movement of the day. I'm not gonna go crazy today. Probably do like 3 sets. I might make one big giant superset drop set here to finish. So we'll do 3 straight sets And I might do like 2 or 3 continuous drop sets and probably just start posing after that, man. Unless something changes, but I don't see me doing much of anything after this. All right. One down. Up. Ah. Okay. All right, I wasn't going to. I think I'm gonna do 4 sets here. Let's go ahead and do one more. I might not take the drop set 2 sets in extreme level because I'm gonna do 1 extra set than planned. But I'll probably do one more, followed by at least 1 drop set. Well, let's see, maybe might push it a little farther than that, but yeah, why not? Feels good, so. Oh. I think it's safe to say I went to failure. I ain't no fucking doubt about it there. Before I jumped into this drop set, after the first initial one here, I was like, okay, I think I can handle two drop sets. But then no, you guys seen, first of all, this drop set got pretty tough a lot sooner than I thought it would. And I just think trying another one, yeah, I could do it, but I don't think it's necessary. I got what I needed out of this one drop set. So, I mean, we're good. We are good. Let's go around back and we'll pose, man. I feel like I got a pretty crazy chest pump. So, hopefully that's the case. Let's go see. The temptation, first of all, to keep training chest because the pump I have right now is crazy. I don't want it to end. And secondly, like my elbow, I think it's just because, I kind of got it warmed up, loosened up from all the tricep and bench press and stuff. My elbow's feeling a little better, so the temptation to also go and keep doing triceps is pretty high right now. I will admit it, but I already know if I tried that, I'd probably regret it. So I'm not going to, but I will say, and I will admit, the temptation is there. So, but fuck it, dude. Let's just lose this shirt. Hopefully, we're working with a good pump here. All right, we're done. Done. Pretty good. Got a pretty good pump. I do think for the time I got done with my last set, by the time I got back here, I lost a little. But I mean, it was like, I don't know, probably almost 10 minutes. Maybe not. Maybe it's just in my head. But body dysmorphia is a real thing, and it can get to everybody. And I will admit, now that I'm cutting, not eating as much, I already feel, and it might not be the case, maybe it is, but I already feel like I'm getting smaller. It's probably just in my head. It's probably a little bit of both. Probably in my head, but then I am cutting, so maybe I am starting to lose a little bit of size already. But if everything works out, that's okay. I mean, the size that I lose, hopefully, if everything goes right, is mainly fat and water. Like I don't want to lose much muscle. So it is what it is. It's okay. But body dysmorphia is real. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And the bigger you get, at least for me, the worse it gets. So I mean, kind of sucks. But yeah, chest and triceps done. Tomorrow I'll be back for shoulders if I can. I don't know. I'll just say this for sure: shoulders, and I don't know if I want to throw in back or lower chest again like I did last Friday. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow how it feels.